All right. Welcome to Blind Cook Podcast, episode 11. We finally got over the 10 mark, the 10 episode hump. We're up to better and beyond now. We're going up to 20 episodes. Today, we have two very special guests, Ricky Smith for the second time and Dean Fashion. Again, can you guys introduce yourselves so the chat or viewers can know who you guys are more?
Yeah, Dean, kick it off since you're a new one.
How's it going? I'm Dean. Excited to be here. Go to University of Louisville.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's cool.
What's up, everyone?
Any more new information?
Oh.
Yeah.
It's Ricky Smith back again. Glad to be back, Belky. I'm glad to be back.
Dude, this is the best podcast, and watching that montage, everyone had a smile in the intro. So,
Yeah,
I mean, everyone seems to be happy with the podcast.
great feels over here. Only great feels.
So today we're going to be talking about the NFL draft. We're going to recap a little bit about last season's draft. I'm wearing Fred Warner because he's low-key an underrated draft pick from BYU for the 49ers pickup. So let's start. For the end of the Super Bowl of 2024-2025 NFL season, what are your guys' surprise players of last year's season?
Surprise players of the Super Bowl or the whole season?
Or the whole. Yeah, you
whole
can
season.
include the Super Bowl, but whole
Okay.
season.
Okay.
I can go first if you guys want.
Yeah. I got to think about this one.
I feel like everyone knows. I mean, Jaden Daniels, the Washington Commanders quarterback, with the uprising, being like one top 3 picks overall in the draft. I mean, the past few seasons, the second overall has been proven better than the first overall.
Yeah.
I mean, just by numbers. Him, and then I feel like no surprise for Jalen Hurts to get Super Bowl MVP. I mean, he kind of cooks. Not gonna lie.
Not a big fan of this Jalen Hurts. I don't think he's as good as everyone says. I'm just gonna get that out there right now. But props to him for getting that MVP. I do think it should have been someone on the defensive end to get that MVP, but that's just my opinion. But when it comes to the whole NFL, sorry.
No, you're good. Keep it going.
When it comes to the NFL season, most surprising player, I would have to say Saquon. But the numbers he finished off of,
I can see it.
He was up there in the MVP contention, a serious MVP contender toward majority of the season. So it came down to the 2 QBs, but man, and also you can't disregard Josh Allen either. That was a good season, great season. Yeah, Bills Mafia, man.
What about you, Dean?
I'd like to shout out my guy Ladd McConkey.
Okay.
Coming out of Georgia, I liked him, but he's really he's that whole offense right now. I didn't think he'd be that big of a target guy. So that's my guy right there.
Especially with Quentin
Anyone
Johnson.
else? Quentin Johnson, yeah.
No, not Quentin Johnson, but Quentin Johnson not being a part of that offense because he sucked. Yeah, Ladd McConkey really had to step up.
I mean, that's an interesting franchise. I can see him making the playoffs next season. For how young they are, they have a chance.
If Justin Herbert starts playing as that what if guy, he can definitely get there.
I mean, it was a surprising season for the playoffs because who would have thought the number 1 seed Lions being knocked out by the Commanders? Like no one would have thought that game would have happened either.
Oh yeah, that was Lions were my pick to come out of the NFC. I think they were I thought they were the best team going into playoffs, but man, I mean, Washington really shut up everyone.
Right there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Lions, special place in my heart. They're my dad's favorite team. So it's really tough time in the Fashion household when they lost, but I think they'll bounce back.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully, my 49ers can do a little something different than last season. Get more than 6 wins.
We're all 49er fans.
We're all Niners fans here.
Yeah, we're all Niner fans. So this is great. We have one thing in common today.
That's right. All right, so let's get in. So for the past 2 NFL seasons, I mean, all the talk, in my opinion, is the quarterbacks being drafted. If you look at the 2023-2024 season, you have the Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud class. And then last season with Will Levis and not Will Levis, but you have the Jaden Daniels and the Caleb Williams draft class.
Mm-hmm.
So for this, Oh, Drake May as well. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of big names in the player. But with those two draft classes, the second overall pick for quarterback has always outperformed. Do you think there's a reason behind that?
Well, I would say the first overall pick always goes to the worst team in the league, and that
Oh, 100%.
worst team in the league, they're always in a terrible situation right when they get there. So I mean, for what Caleb had, I feel like he did perform really well. I wasn't a big Caleb Williams guy coming out of college, but he did perform well. He did do what he could with that Bears team. But there's they got Ben Johnson from the Lions, so it's only up for him over there. And then when it comes to Bryce Young, I mean, he got benched, came back in, and he was on fire the rest of the season. He got himself a year, so I don't know. It's a weird situation.
Yeah, it's just kind of ironic.
I think there's something also like you get the first pick, you can pick anybody on the board.
True.
The second pick, that you get the second option. Sometimes that's better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is the quarterback a good option for first overall pick though? Like, do you think a different position would be superior
for this year,
or for any draft year? Like,
I mean, I guess it depends. This year, I don't think so. Yeah. Last year, I think so. Yeah.
I just think it depends on what players are happening in the season, I guess.
That's very true, yeah.
So let's talk about some of our predictions for this year's coming up draft. I have three main players that I believe are strong first-round picks, and then you guys, if you want to go before me, you can. Just let me know.
No, Belk, you can start us off. I want to hear this.
So this is kind of a hot take. I'm going to go Cam Ward. He's at least going to go top 3 out of University of Miami Hurricanes. I mean, they had a very good season with beating San Jose State in 9 overtimes in the Hawaii Bowl. He's going at least top 3 in my opinion. I don't see him going number 1, but I just don't see him falling any farther. That's a hot take in my opinion, though, but that's an interesting one. I'm gonna say Nick. Any comments on that?
No, I think that's a great take. I think out of all the quarterbacks, really, if in the top 3, top 5 range, I think Cam Ward should be the only one taken in top 5.
I agree.
Yeah. And then my second one, I'm gonna go with Ohio State champ Will Howard. He's at least going to go top 5, just because his team went the national championship. He performs okay, but I can see him going top 5.
That's a not a curveball, but that's out of the left field definitely. But I definitely see where you're coming from with that one. And then when I'm reading about the draft, there's a lot of chatter coming out that Will Howard has been impressing a bunch of scouts and a bunch of execs across the league. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
Yeah, I mean, I think that second quarterback spot is kind of up in the air right now. I think Cam Ward kind of solidified himself. And then the rest, it's just the rest at that point. So
yeah,
I could see it.
Isn't there controversy with Cam Ward right now? Didn't he have some problems with the Hurricanes recently? I saw that he was struggling or something.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that one. I haven't seen anything. I could be wrong. God.
Maybe he was I think it saw that he was benched or something during the season, or he got redshirted.
No, I think what you're talking about is during the bowl game, he got the all-time leader in passing yards, but then he took himself out at halftime after he got that, and so that sparked a lot of controversy. Me personally, I think that was a bad look on him. Made him look a little bit too selfish.
But I wonder if that can affect his draft. I wonder if that can affect him being.
It definitely could. Yeah.
And then my last pick, I'm gonna go first wide receiver off the board. I mean, no question, in my opinion, Mr. Triple Crown. Nick Nash of San Jose State. He was a surprise for the college football world, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. San Jose State, San Jose, that's my hometown, so that's a hometown hero right now.
Yeah.
That's right.
All
the seniors.
Yeah, I definitely
Sorry, what were you saying?
I definitely think he'll be a steal of the draft. I think people not overlooking him, but not too much getting talked about. I think we're
you former quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Moved to receiver, had a great year.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a steal.
He got Triple Crown, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, I don't want to lie about that.
No, you're good. Yeah,
podcast
you know your facts, Belk.
I've been studying a little bit. I mean,
hell yeah.
Yeah, those are my top 3 players. Who wants to go next?
Dean?
All right, first guy. This is probably my guy of the draft. Mike Green. He's an edge rusher out of Marshall.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, he's been making rumblings. I've seen his film in the Senior Bowl.
Dominated at the Senior Bowl so much that he even participated the last 2 days. He's really just an explosive guy. I'm really confident that he could win at the next level.
Mm-hmm.
Next guy I would say I'll say Luther Burden, receiver out of Missouri. He's a yak monster.
Yeah,
crazy contact balance. Third guy, give me Abdul Carter. He's probably the best player in the draft, but he's worth mentioning.
All right, what team he played for again? For
Penn
college?
State. Penn State edge rusher. He basically dominated in the playoffs on one arm. I think that really improved his draft stock.
How do you think that affected him when he played against Ohio State, though, in the second round? Wasn't it right?
I think so, yeah.
Do you think that's going to affect scouts or anything for being like a second round exit?
No, I don't think so.
For all the viewers out there in the world, I'm the world's biggest Ohio State fan, so
yeah.
I mean, they're the champs, so no one's going to stop them.
Hats off to them, but Florida State is coming next year, so they won't be champs too long.
All right, Ricky, what's your top 3 prospects of this year's draft?
All right, I'm gonna go with my top 3 favorite prospects this year in the draft. I think I'm gonna start out with Abdul Carter. Like you said, it's just a dominant guy. I think he should be the first or second pick. Titans just need something going. Do I think a quarterback's the right move with them? No, I think they should go get a vet. That's just my opinion. But I think if the Browns get it, especially with Myles Garrett being potentially gone, I think Abdul Carter would be a number 1 or number 2 pick in this year draft. Any comments? Or we just talked about him. Sorry.
No, we're good. We're good.
Yeah. My second player would be Ryan Fitzgerald out of Florida State. This is not like a top 3 prospect. This is my top 3 prospects. I think legit might be the greatest kicker. When he enters the league, he's a raw man. He still has a lot of raw potential, but he's still kicking rockets, piss rockets, I should say, all the way from 55 yards out. So I think whatever
that missed field goal in the Senior Bowl, where he completely shanked it, as hurt his draft stock at all? Or
no, I don't think so, because like I said, he's raw potential. So whatever teams that take him, they know they got to work with him, and you can fix those problems in what is it, summer camp, training camp. You got a long time to work with. I think he'll get right.
I also feel like with those those postseason games like the Senior Bowl, don't really affect the player's stock for trade or either for transfers or for even eligibility in the draft.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. And then my last player would be Jack Sawyer out of Ohio State. This man last year was within the top 10 of the mock drafts. I mean, I'm not sure what happened during the season, what made him fall out of the top 10. But he's still a number 1 first round draft pick. But I think that man could be a steal. I don't think he should fall into the top 15. I mean, just what he did in the postseason, that man, he dominated the edge, and when time came, he made plays, and the Texas game showed for it.
Yeah, I was literally about to bring up the Texas game. I mean, he showed how to play the best end against Texas, against his former roommate Quinn Ewers.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's a good offensive line too. Texas, they got 2 first-round tackles. So
So speaking of Texas, potential Niner, I can see it. I mean, top 11. I mean, Bosa needs another Ohio State alum on that team as well. So let's see that happen. So speaking on Texas Longhorns, What are you guys' thoughts about about Arch Manning and about like the quarterback room they have on their team?
Man, oh man, am I high on Arch Manning? I think I was talking to Dean about this maybe a month ago, a few weeks ago. I like pro comp. I can see this man, not exactly like, but he's got that Josh Allen build to him. Not as athletic, but all around frame. If he wants, he can run hard. He maybe not be run fast, but he don't care who's in front of him. He'll lay that wood. I think Arch is just he's destined for greatness next season.
Yeah, I mean, I really think he was the best quarterback on the roster last year. It really seemed like every time he came in for Quinn Ewers, it was a better outcome. So,
You think they should have played on more over Ewers?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I definitely think so. Me and Dean we were watching the SEC championship game together, and every time Arch was in, I mean, it was a positive play. Looked like the team was rolling, gelling together, and then when Ewers went back in, it just looked too forced.
Yeah.
Do you think if he makes it to the league, he can be like his uncles, win the Super Bowl?
I think sky's the limit for him, honestly.
Oh yeah,
I really like him.
Again, not too much experience under his belt. I mean, he'll be draft eligible after next year, so he'll have one full season under his belt. So he's definitely going to be raw, potential-wise, talent-wise. But I think it'll definitely be a project. But I definitely think it would be one of the best projects out.
100%.
Yeah.
So, kind of going away from the NFL draft. I mean, March is coming up in a few minutes. I think it was a few episodes ago we did talk about March Madness. We're gonna do a future episode like the week of March Madness to break down the brackets and stuff. But it's probably almost close to a quarter way of the season. What are you guys' thoughts about some of the teams and some of the outcomes of these teams? Like, what's up with that?
All right. First of all, I'd just like to say, shout out Pat Kelsey and the Louisville Cardinals. Absolute revival of a blue blood program. It's always better when we're better. Yeah, that's all.
Interesting. Last time I was on, I was talking very highly of Kentucky.
Yeah.
Not looking too good for Kentucky recently. I think they're waning out, and if they don't get their stuff together, I don't think they'll be. I think they'll be another Oakland story, whoever plays them next year.
Yeah.
Auburn, I tuned in to their Alabama game, and
that was a rough game. That was a pretty good game, right?
It was a great game, and Alabama rivalry game, so tensions are high. And when Alabama had chances to like close the lead or potentially take the game away from them, Auburn just came back. So they're a very resilient team. Janai Broom, not a big fan, but man, is he a dog? And then we can't. Oh, God.
No, keep going. Sorry.
And then lastly, I mean, we can't forget about the best team in the nation with the National Player of the Year and the Freshman of the Year and the future number one draft pick in the NFL. I mean, the NBA draft, along with two other lottery draft picks. The Duke Blue Devils. I mean, they're just on a roll. I mean, yeah,
they like my rematch.
Yeah, they dropped one last week, 2 weeks ago, week and a half, whatever it was. It was a necessary loss this late in the season, and I think they're rolling high.
I was just about to bring up the Duke Blue Devils actually because all these podcasts and all these talk shows I've been watching, everyone's talking about how Cooper Flagg's going to run March Madness this season.
Yeah, I mean, he's been running the nation. I mean, not the nation, but he's been running every team he's been playing. I mean, I think maybe his off game, he still had a double-double or pretty he filled out the stat sheet. So, I mean, it really just comes down to he is a freshman, and I know there's a lot of critics out there that talk about his late game situation where he constantly finds himself slipping and turning over the ball. But I think when the time's right, he'll do right.
Not to talk down the Blue Devils in any way, but is there any statistics saying that Cooper Flagg would underperform in the March Madness just because of analytics saying that he's going to do so well? Is there anyone saying the opposite?
I think the nation is. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen the nation as a whole when it comes to sports like news and stuff like that, like talk very highly of a Duke player and the star Duke player. So I mean, there might be a few out there, but again, there's definitely a chance that Cooper Flag is cold for one game and they end up being
there's also always an aspect of like he's a freshman,
Yeah,
true.
So he's getting all the attention on him. Other guys got to step up, but I got confidence in him.
I mean, just like any other sports. I mean, you could be like the Kansas City Chiefs, for instance. You can go to the Super Bowl, and the world is saying that you're going to win it for the third time in a row, but then a team like the Philadelphia Eagles is going to stop you. So, I mean, with any sport, any chance, anything could happen, in my opinion.
Especially March Madness, it's just one game.
True.
Whoever has a hot hand's going to go out and win. Belky, I mean, last year in our bracket, you were the only one to predict the biggest upset in the whole tournament last year. Do you remember that?
Oh, no, I don't. What? I forgot. What was that upset?
I don't remember what team that was.
Huh.
One of the biggest upsets. Dean, do you know what the biggest upset of the year was?
I remember who it was.
Was it Oakland? Wait, was that? I feel like it was a weird team like Oakland.
Wasn't it? Was it a 15 seed or?
It was a very, very weird team. Like it wasn't Oakland. Let's see.
Probably I was the only one to predict that randomly.
I think it might have been the Yale. No.
Oh, yeah. Was it BYU maybe?
Maybe it might have been Oakland. I don't remember what it was, Belky, but I know you were the only one to predict a big upset. So, I mean, that's just.
I do those street of tape. I do those for a reason because, like everyone knows, March Madness, there's going to be some random upset that's going to happen. Exactly. So I just got to pick up any random team that's going to win.
I mean, when time comes, I think it will be a great tournament. I mean, there's so many teams that can go out and win this. I mean, UConn's playing bad, 100%. Poorly. Another team.
Purdue's underperforming too, aren't they?
Yeah.
They played tonight. Did they lose?
I'm not sure.
They played Michigan State. Yeah, they lost to Michigan State.
See, it's just UConn was the biggest surprise, the biggest letdown. I think they're just playing just terrible, not up to their standards.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big Hurley guy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, look. I mean, right now the Jayhawks are losing to BYU, who's an unranked team right now.
Yeah, Kansas is performing very poorly as well. So thank God.
And that's a big March Madness team right there.
Yep.
One of the biggest. I mean, sorry, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, but thankfully we won't have to see Hunter Dickinson anymore after this year. So.
We'll go back to football in a minute. We'll wrap this topic up. But I was gonna say, like last episode, we were talking about March Madness. I'm gonna bring them up again. I'm gonna say that St. Peter's, what they called? St. Peter's Peacocks. That's right. 2021 season. They're the biggest team. They're the biggest historical upsetting team in recent history, in my opinion.
Doug Eater, man, that was just it was a crazy Cinderella run.
Who did they play for that big upset? Do you remember?
You already know. Kentucky.
Oh, it was Kentucky.
One of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the love of March Madness. You're gonna see a team like that do something magical.
Exactly. It's the magic. No other sport can bring it.
That's right. No, literally, no other sport can bring it. All right, going back to the draft. I have a screenshot from social media. It's someone predicted the first round draft picks of this year's NFL draft. Let's break this down and let's see what your guys' opinion is on it.
I mean, I already see one mistake. This could be a controversial take, but Shadur Sanders should not be the second quarterback taken off the board. I just don't think he has it in him, especially putting him in New York.
I agree.
That's just going to fail him even more. I genuinely think anyone else but him should be taken second. I could be possibly seen as a hater, but that's just me.
There's literally no other quarterbacks in the first round that's picking up as well for this.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, Hate to see it.
Dean, any comments on this?
Yeah, I would like. I don't know. I would say Benjamin Morrison probably played himself out of the first round this year.
Yeah.
Do
you think Gency should go higher than pick 12?
I think that's about right, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, he could go at any point, but
I feel like a surprising player on here is the Oregon State Ducks quarterback. I feel like he had a very amazing season as well.
Dylan Gabriel. Yeah. I just wasn't a big fan of him. Also, he's old, so
there's a big bunch of quarterbacks that could all kind of go at any point.
Yeah.
After Cam Moore, in my opinion.
Yeah. Jackson Dart, perchance.
I mean,
not Jackson Dart. Yeah.
I mean, one player we all didn't talk about was Travis Hunter being a cornerback. I mean, is it a hot take to put him top 10?
No, not at all. He's a top 3 pick, definitely. I mean, I don't think Tennessee would take him. I think Tennessee would take, if they're not taking a quarterback or Cam Moore, they'd go Abdul. But I mean, Travis Hunter can go top 3. No farther than that.
I don't like Cam Williams at all going first round. I think he's too raw.
Yeah, I do like seeing the Niners taking a tackle though. I would love it to be Kelvin Banks though, but
yeah,
we'll see. I think a steal of the draft would probably be Emeka Egbuka.
I'm going 20th overall.
Yeah, I think he was caught up in Jeremiah Smith and just.
I think he has the highest floor of any player in the draft, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 100%.
He's just a leader. He's a natural leader, and I mean, he also put on a great season. So I think whoever gets him, that'll be a steal of the draft for sure.
100%. I mean, there's some weird player. I mean, there's some weird players on here. Not gonna lie, that are way out of order and wacky, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like there should be more than 2 quarterbacks.
One guy I'd like to shout out for the Niners. If they need offensive line, and Kelvin Banks and Will Campbell are gone, my guy Armand Membu. They have him going 31 right
now. Okay. Yeah. You tuned into a Mizzo game?
A little bit.
Okay.
You know, he's a solid tackle, you know.
What about the where's he from? What about the tackle from Mizzou? Is that where he's from? There's like a big tackle that the Niners are scouting right now. It's either from Georgia or Mizzou. He's a pretty big prospect, I've heard.
I'm not too sure.
He was like offensive tackle of the season or something.
Yeah, it might be the man that Dean's talking about there. I mean, I also didn't see Ryan Fitzgerald in the first round.
Oh, I can pull it back up if you guys want.
No. He wasn't there. I overanalyzed it. I mean, I think he's a top. I know he's not a first round. He should be a third round pick personally. To the Niners specifically.
What about my boy Tyler Shuck?
The quarterback from Louisville.
He's shown out. Hey.
Okay, buddy. It's like saying DJU should be drafted at all.
He's just way better than DJU.
So speaking of draft picks in the NFL, let's talk about top college teams for next season. I mean, there's a lot of teams that had to restructure over the offseason. The first school comes to mind is Sac State. They literally wiped all their coaching staffs and they started fresh new.
Yeah, I mean, big things are to come for them. You know, I think cleaning the slate was a great move. You know, they got potentially the big stadium coming in Sacramento. The potential move to
who they hired?
I don't remember. I know.
I don't know.
I forgot who it was. I heard Michael Vick was in. It's the guy Michael Vick lost out to.
Yeah,
I heard some dogs came into that, so I'm not sure what fell through, but yeah.
I mean, they also picked up I think it was a quarterback it was the wide receiver from Bama. I think Bama wide receiver or defensive player from Sac State that got picked up. I mean, I could see him being a big leader coming off of the world's greatest SEC school.
Yeah, I mean, any player for Sac State. I mean, but not to say Sac State is a really good school or really D2 school. I mean, you always hear chatter about them. So
Cam
I'm pretty sure they're D1 now, aren't they?
Oh, that's another player. I think potentially first round, second round pick. Hopefully the second round pick to the Niners. Cam Scatterby, that's my guy. No, I was high on him before the season even started. Everyone doubted me, but it's just where we are. Cam Scat.
I mean, everyone doubts everyone for a bunch of prospects, in my opinion.
Yeah.
What's another big school you think has potential for next season?
That's what that potential. I mean, we gotta say Texas. Texas is up there. I think majority of their starters are coming back besides Texas.
Longhorns.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Texas Longhorns are up there. Tulane is up there. I know they made
Tulane.
Yeah.
Who do they got?
I forget. Dean came out of nowhere. Sorry. Popped up on my screen. Sorry. I don't remember much. Where did he go?
I don't know. Bro vanished. Bro vanished. I was in there.
All right, I'm back. My bad. I had more goons in my room, bro.
Yeah, Tulane. I know they just hired a OC, I think, from a big SEC school as their head coach. They got a FSU bounce back in their quarterback, Tyron Banks. So I mean, I think their season is only up from there. That's a big school I'm up from, Tulane.
Yeah. What about you, Dean? Any top schools?
I mean, I think Michigan. I think Michigan could have a bit of a revival. I think they had a down year, but I'm a big Michigan guy.
I guess. I mean, we can't not talk about Florida State. I mean, anything they do next year is better.
I mean, like, you have a midget at quarterback.
That midget put BTA to your squad. So
I don't know any players, but I feel like a fun school is the University of South Carolina Pirates. Is that the school?
I mean, I've never heard of them, but I mean.
No, sorry. No, it's East Carolina. East Carolina.
Oh, yeah. ECU. Yeah, they're a good school. I like their colors. I'm not too sure what they moved on, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, they're a smaller team. They're like the they're in a very tiny division. But I've always thought that was interesting.
Yeah, you got James Madison University.
True.
Yeah. #1 party school in the nation, and I mean, a resurgent for their football program these last 2 years. So you got to watch out for them.
Yeah.
Dean.
Yeah, Dean. Any comments on that?
I think they've been better for 2 years. I think they've been good for a while, actually.
So I have a question for Dean, if that's okay, Belky.
No, yeah, that's okay. That's why we're on here.
Yeah, I mean, big fan of Rain Smith. So are you a fan of his father? Tyrese Proctor?
Who?
Tyrese Proctor. Are you a big fan of Tyrese Proctor?
I think you're pretty familiar with Tyrese Proctor, actually.
I don't recall how. I mean, yeah, he's a Duke player.
No, there's something else. There's like a connection there.
I mean, I would love for there to be a connection between me and Tyrese Proctor, but I don't think I have any connection between them with them.
No, there's definitely a connection.
Yeah, I don't think I have any connection with any D1 basketball players.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of Carter Bryant.
Rain Smith, bro. Anyways, back to Rain Smith. How do you? No, he's a great player, but how do you feel about his father, Tyrese Proctor? Question.
I mean, they were teammates in high school.
Yeah.
I don't know about his father. I think they're.
He kind of introduced him to the
acquainted.
Sport. Okay. Sorry, Belk. I just had to get that off my chest.
No, you're good.
And derail the podcast,
Yeah. Sorry.
I mean, one question I've always had with college sports was why is with football programs and basketball programs, why are they kind of vice versa? I mean, look at college football, for instance. All those teams are powerhouses. I mean, besides Bama and a few other teams, they low-key kind of suck in the other sport. Like Duke basketball is superior over the football program. Ohio State football is superior over the basketball program. I mean, they're pretty close in both ways.
Yeah,
But
the Louisville sports are both bad. So, I mean, it's just kind of like an anomaly.
yeah, I've always wondered why. I mean, like, is it all about recruiting? Like, do they just recruit bad in the other sport?
I mean, Dean, what's your thoughts on this?
I think there's just, more attention goes to one or the other. I mean,
yeah, I mean, but not to say Bama kind of had a down year for football this year, but their basketball team,
True.
four in the nation right now. They're pretty hot.
Yeah. I mean, I just say Bama because in both their sports, they're always ranked. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I got you.
I mean, like Florida State, like.
Yeah, that's another squad there.
They're pretty bad at everything, so.
Everything's crazy. We're always pretty good in baseball and always pretty good in football. This is just a down year. But I mean, again, Louisville, another ACC team that's terrible all the way around. So, but I mean, it's I don't know. Like Dean said, I think one gets more attention than the other.
True.
And then it's just weird. I don't know too much about that.
Yeah, I don't either. It's just like an interesting college sport question that everyone should wonder.
Yeah, I would love to get an answer from that, maybe from Saban or Coach K. One of those.
Maybe from Stephen A. Smith, maybe.
I think Stephen A. would give us an interesting answer. I'm more of a Mad Dog guy myself, but I think Mad Dog is the most superior sports analyst out. But
yeah.
And Joy Taylor. I like Joy Taylor.
I like Big Perk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big Perk. Yeah, he's pretty good. Joy Taylor. I think Joy Taylor is better, but that's just my opinion.
I like Schramm's. He's like the guy for the NBA, ESPN.
Yeah. I mean, I think. Let's talk about him. I mean, he did a phenomenal job, or he's been doing a phenomenal job in his first year as ESPN's head analyst or insider.
That's right.
I mean, he's no Woj, but
he's no Woj.
No Woj.
I mean, I think he. Have dropped a bigger bomb than Woj ever has.
In what way? Can you elaborate on that?
The Luka Doncic AD trade. I think that's the biggest blockbuster trade we've ever seen go down. No,
I can agree. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what the Mavs were doing there, but Luka's my favorite player. So good for Luka.
He's closer to the community, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Literally.
Dean?
Yeah, Dean, any comments on that?
He has a touch on it, Okay. I mean, as a Clippers fan, Luka's kind of terrorized us. I mean, we are up 2-1 all time in the series, but he's always gone off. So him coming to the Lakers is not a good feeling for me. But
we want to switch to the NBA. We can talk about the NBA, and then we can close this episode if you guys would like.
Yeah, I mean, we can do that.
What are your guys' thoughts? Sorry.
No, Bill, go. You got it. I'm pretty sure we're asking the same question.
All right. Well, I was going to ask, okay, we're almost to the NBA playoffs. What are you guys' thoughts on teams?
No, I think the team that we have to watch out for this year is the Golden State Warriors. I think.
Why is that?
I mean, with the resurgence of Jimmy Butler and getting rid of slow-mo Kyle Anderson, I think they're just on to something. I mean, they're 3-1 with him. We got a little break. Everyone's healthy, everyone's high morale. And like Draymond said on Sunday, they're contending for a championship.
What about James Harden and the Los Angeles Clippers?
Exactly. Top 3 defense in the league, just not getting Kawhi back. Really, sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit until Kawhi falls apart, or until James Harden gets.
We didn't have him the whole year, so Kawhi is just a bonus at this point.
Really. I mean,
him and Norman Powell.
Norm Powell.
Yeah. I have a question.
What a great guy.
What happens when the Clippers are, potentially face the Houston Rockets and do the little home stretch for Houston there?
That's my team, the Houston Rockets. That's my day one team.
Are you guys going to be okay with? Or is Harden going to be okay staying in Houston that long?
Of course.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, he's back home. He's back home in Houston.
Yeah. Would you like to elaborate? Like, what's the issue there, Ricky?
No, I just heard he has a lot of nightlife problems when it comes to Houston and Atlanta. So
I don't think
that is true. That is kind of true. Not gonna lie. Sorry to say, Dean, that's true.
What was that, Dean?
He was averaging about like 40 a game in Houston.
Gotcha.
So. That is correct. Highest 2018-2019 season, 37.4 points a game.
I don't
getting MVP that season.
I don't think anyone could overlook OKC though. You know, I think they're the hottest team.
I can see that.
You know, as much as I hate to say it.
Their only downfall is Chet getting injured. I feel like they're kind of screwed.
Yeah, him coming back, you know, you got to take the rust off of him, but this guy could be the limit for them.
I feel like the Rockets are the same way. They're in the same boat. I mean, the two youngest franchises currently in the NBA, maybe besides the Pistons, but I mean, the talent on the Rockets is just unbeatable with Amin Thompson and the way Van Vliet has been playing. I mean, they're unstoppable right now.
You know, I do think the sky's the limit for them, but I don't think they have enough experience or enough of just what it takes to get.
I can agree with it.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
I'm not trying to be a hater or anything, but I think they need a few more years to reach that pinnacle.
Any comments on that?
I mean, I think, you know, I think ultimately the future isn't with Jalen Green.
True.
I think they should have stuck with Jacob, Josh Christopher, my guy, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah. I think they could really benefit from trading for somebody like Pat Spencer.
Yeah. No, definitely Pat Spencer. You know, that's a spark guy. That's someone you want on your team. Gets the locker room together. Plays well when he gets – he's a hustle and gritty guy. So,
yeah.
I mean, anyone who has Pat Spencer could be championship contenders. And luckily, that's just the Golden State Warriors right now.
I mean, that's a tough talk talking about the Dubs like that. I mean, yeah, you have good playoff Steph Curry, but I mean that's an old team right there. I don't see him making far in the playoffs. To be fully honest with you.
I mean, you know, I see what you're saying, but I'm feeling shades of 2022. I'm just feeling shades. If Jimmy Butler can bring playoff Jimmy, that's all we need. Just give me playoff Curry, 2022 Curry. Let the bench do their thing. Pat Spencer do his thing off the bench. They're golden.
What was that?
Just look at.
What was what?
That noise.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We're good.
Okay.
What about the Celtics though? I mean, they're the team to two-peat this season. I feel like Ricky doesn't like that take at all, but I mean, I can see the Celtics going back to back.
They're just, I mean, they have Jason Tatum. That's a Duke guy. Got to pull for my Duke guy, and they have Tingus Pingus, one of my favorite players in the league. But
best point guard right now, probably. Yep.
Yeah, I just can't get behind the Celtics. Just rooting for the Celtics. I mean, East isn't. I mean, you got the Cavs. You can't look over the Cavs as well. Donovan.
Their first round exit.
That's a hot take. That's a hot take.
Cleveland Cavaliers. Come on, man.
Right. I mean, there's always the first seed. Besides, I mean, like March Madness, anything can happen.
That's true.
You could be good in the regular season, but you can suck in the postseason. It's all about playoff experience.
Definitely. I mean, if the Celtics see Indiana or if the Cavaliers see Indiana, I mean, Tyrese Halliburton, you know, it's not snowing, but when it's snowing, he gets going. I'll tell you that.
I feel like another big team right now is the Milwaukee Bucks, just picking up Kyle Kuzma. That was a good trade for him. I could see him making a far with a big man like him.
Not a big Kuzma guy. Dean, what's your thoughts on this?
You know, he helped the Lakers win in the bubble. But you know, since then he's been on some pretty rough teams.
Yeah,
true. struggling with the Wizards for a little bit.
All right, let's not talk about Cooper Flag's potential future home like that, please. But yeah.
No, I'm seeing
Wizards
Cooper
are terrible.
Flag going to my Houston. They're right. Cooper Flag's going to my Houston Rockets.
Okay. But yeah, everyone wants Cooper. Let's put that out there now. I have a question, if that's okay. I can ask a question. Yeah, well, how do you guys feel about this All-Star weekend? What about this new format? How do we feel about it?
It was pretty weird, not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't really watch a lot of it, but from what I heard, it didn't sound like the best thing.
It was definitely an improvement, but yeah, like you're right, it wasn't the best thing. Did you guys perchance see the dunk contest?
I did not. No, Mac McClung for 3. I heard about it though.
I saw him jump for the tower.
This is resurgent for this dunk contest, because with Mac McClung 3-peating, you got Zach LaVine out there tweeting, I might got to get in this. Jaw saying, oh, I might be in this next year. Aaron Gordon just tweeted today, I got some stuff left in me. So, I mean, Mac McClung.
I mean, Derrick Jones Jr. is there.
Derrick Jones Jr. shouldn't have won his dunk contest.
I also see Anthony. Someone did an interview with Anthony Edwards, and he was saying that he would win a dunk contest, but he was also saying he don't have any flashy dunks, so he wouldn't want to participate in it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I understand that. I mean, Anthony Edwards, he'll bring flair, he'll bring attention to it. I think they just got to get more known stars into that game to get the attention they want.
Like Norman Powell.
Norman Powell did terrible in the 3-point contest, so I don't think he should ever participate again.
He was okay. I mean, he was nervous.
Nervous? For what? Yeah. Is that cucumber lemonade?
Just lime.
Lime.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Nice.
Interesting. Shout out Mr. Beast on I think it was like halftime or it was like before the real game happened. Shout out Mr. Beast for giving $100,000 to that friend.
Yeah.
100K.
You love to see it. You love to see like just
beating Dame Lillard in a half-court contest.
Yeah. I mean, just brings a smile on my face.
That's right.
See other people's give in the political state that the world is in. It's just.
That's right.
I'll be right back, guys.
He was the perfect guy to save the NBA All-Star game.
Oh yeah.
All right, Ricky's gone.
We can pause it real quick while Ricky's.
I lied.
We're back.
Wow.
No one heard what you said there, Ricky.
We're
back. Okay. That was good. Like 15 minutes. Dean was getting pretty heated there.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I mean, last segment. What are we talking about here, Buck? I know you had something lined up for us.
Oh yeah, me and Dean were talking about when we took our pause, our little intermission. Yeah. We were talking about like our favorite memory or like our favorite song we played for our athletic, like favorite song we played for football, like favorite memory. Pre-game song, and then favorite memory of the season.
Gotcha. Dean, you want to start this out?
Oh, you go first. You go first.
All right, Belk. I got nothing in my brain right now. Belky.
Nothing?
No, I got to think. I got to research.
If I'm being honest, I went. Depending on what game it was, I was going either from Palazzo Grok to Kanye West. I mean, Kanye's a great pregame artist, in my opinion. I was playing Ghost Town for half the pregame songs. Half the pregame songs we played.
He's a great guy, great artist. Yeah.
Yeah.
Controversial person.
Depends how you look at it.
True.
But, Pre-game, I think I was rocking with TikTok by Kesha.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I'm a big,
That's respectable.
Like right before the game, right before we left, I just needed something to get me up, and I went with TikTok.
Yeah.
And Dean?
Man, that's tough. It depends on the game. I mean, like, I would say, the one that would like get pulled out every time. Big party in the USA guy.
All right, that's respectable.
Yeah. No. Just get the
nothing wrong with that.
blood flowing.
Yeah.
I think that was my Elm Bowl song, being completely honest. I played that for the Elm Bowl going pregame.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Not a good day, but
great song. Not a good day at all. I mean, obviously, you guys saw in the podcast, we had the other side of the ball on that with star running back Deion Coleman. We had a conversation with him in a previous episode. Well, and then to wrap this up, what were your guys' favorite memory over senior season? If you guys had one.
Favorite memory of senior season? Probably Coach Dorn yelling "run" at us. Probably be up there.
Which time?
I mean, should I replicate how he did it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was just a specific time where he really reached down and used all the force in his body to yell "run" at us. And that was a fond memory of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dean, what about you?
I would say really just all the conditioning.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah. Really bettered ourselves.
Yeah. Just working with the boys.
Yeah, Belky, what about you?
That's right. Grinding with my favorite all-time memory is blocking Kevin's field goal kick in the state game practice.
Hell yeah. Doesn't get better than that. I mean,
sorry, you guys froze for a second.
No, I said there's nothing better than that. That's a great memory.
Yeah.
I mean, that was an electric moment for our team. Me blocking the practice, everyone get all hype. All the coaches giving me recollection.
I mean, that was probably the only energy we had the whole day. So
yeah,
we got a lot out of that. That was a great one. I remember that one. Oh yeah.
So all right. Yeah. This is episode 11 of Blondie Cooks Podcast.
Oh yeah. Huh? Hey, thanks, Bill. Again, thank you for having me on again. It was an honor.
Oh, wait. What was your question?
Me?
Did Ricky have a question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I had a question. I was saying thank you for. Dang, I don't remember what I said.
What you're saying? Like, what do we do now or something? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I was just saying, what are you guys into? But it's okay. We could say that for another episode.
No. Let's talk about it real quick. We got time.
Yeah.
No, what are you guys into nowadays? That's my only question.
What do you mean?
So what are you guys into nowadays? We're grown people. We're in the adult life. It's a new chapter of our life. I'm just trying to figure out what is everyone into.
I think if you started, it would give me some ideas. I don't know. I mean, that's a pretty broad question.
I agree. Actually, I agree.
I'm into Pilates nowadays.
Okay.
I changed my music taste. I'm a big Gracie Abrams fan. Brandon Carpenter, Tate McRae.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. That's really the only drastic changes in my life right now, recently.
Those are pretty drastic.
Yeah. Life changing, definitely.
Yeah.
Life changing. What about you, Dean? Then I'll close it off. Close it off.
I think really the Gracie Abrams. You really hit it on the head there. That's pretty life changing music right there.
Definitely.
Dean froze a little bit. Can the crowd know what genre?
As well. I went to...
What?
Oh.
What was that genre of music?
Oh, that's pop.
Oh.
That's pop, basically, I'd say. Yeah. I feel like the next generation of the not Taylor Swift, but more of the Katy Perry's, just that area.
I can go if you guys want. I can close it off real quick.
Close it out, yeah.
I feel like the biggest life changer is, this podcast for the community to watch and to listen to wherever they're listening from. I feel like hopefully this has inspired people for doing what they dreamed of doing. And I really hope that people really enjoy this podcast. That's the biggest life changer I've really done recently.
Oh yeah, Milk. I like that, man. I mean, I every time I tune in, it's a blast. Whenever I do for whatever, it's just always a blast tuning in and being on the show. I mean, the hospitality is just great.
I try my best out here. I'm doing what I can.
Yeah, you're doing the best, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to episode 11.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, have a great rest of your guys' night.
Yeah. Should I do the Elon salute or no?
Yeah, dude.
No, we're good. Just kidding, guys. All right. Good night.